Salute, what's going on, Randall? 1 second, and we could get busy. Mm, wait, give me a second, everyone. Mm, mm. I'm almost done, everybody. Mm, all right, I'm all set, everyone. Let's see. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Bronze Reaper podcast. I'm your host, Rosalind Perkins, and we got a great episode today. I'm sorry if I'm laughing, everyone, but is Latinos the new tokens for the white supremacists for white supremacy? Um, it's a weird question because you had a lot of components to this question. The reason why I said there's a lot of components is first you got to look at lineage. Hold on 1 second. What's going on with it? Barex X? Salute to you, player. I don't know what you're talking about, but give me a second. We'll figure it out. Uh, you leveled up. Level two. Salute. Thank you, player. It's a crazy question because the reason why I asked that question, there's a lot of components when we're talking about white supremacy in the Latino or the brown community. With the brown community, they can identify as black or white. And this is where things get crazy because you got to look at their lineage. Some of the lineage that. Give me a second. And it's like I said, it's a weird situation. A Latino can pass for a Hispanic, and most Hispanics are white. You know. So now we're gonna start thinking about. Now we're thinking. And I'm gonna say this: the election exposed Latinos. The reason why I said exposed Latinos, and just hear me out before anybody's, oh, yo, you wilding out, yada, 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 you don't like Latinos, and just the whole 9 yards. Latinos had a whole bunch of chances to fuck with black Americans, to fuck with the black communities. They chose not to. They thought if they allied themselves with the white supremacy that they won't be looked up as niggas or a second-class citizen. I do want to say when we say second-class citizens, most black Americans get treated better than most people in a lifetime. Especially with the obstacles that they had. This is what makes us so marvelous. Let's see what somebody else said. How you doing today? How you doing? Hey, what's going on? Salute, Luna. I'm doing good, doll. Having a great show today. Definitely you can jump in whenever you want. I know you're from the Kick Multiverse, so definitely if you have some feedback or you have some questions or statements, definitely talk. This is the show for it. But let's personally be honest. Most of these Latinos had a chance. We can't look at I'm going to say this. We cannot look at the board as, okay, you know what? They understand. They understand what we're going through right now. You're understanding now because you're getting deported. Now, black Americans, did you change something in your settings? I try to put the chat highlight. Oh, I got a new light. That's what it is. I got a new light. So, yeah, it might look a little bit brighter. Or I was fucking around with the lights. It's usually like a brownish white color, but this one is like pure white right now. I might turn it down. A little bit. So thank you. I appreciate it. That, like I said, when y'all donate, this is where most of this money goes to. It goes to the podcast. It goes to like fixing stuff, putting stuff down. He's vibes feel. The vibe feels cozy. Yeah, I got my feet up and everything. I usually be having a drink right now, but I'm gonna go get myself a cup of coffee sooner or later. I was just chilling and saw your notification pop up. Salute, thank you. Definitely subscribe to my podcast. We talk about everything. I have 2 channels, so one channel might be the Chocolate Man podcast. So when you see CM Podcast, that's the Chocolate Man Podcast. The Chocolate Man Podcast talks about from love to sex to relationships to a little bit to everything. So definitely can't resist joining. Salute. Thank you. I appreciate it. So yeah, and this one right here, this is more politics, equality, pro-black. We talk about everything. So definitely, I'm gonna do something for the Chocolate Man podcast tomorrow. I know I've been slacking on the Chocolate Man podcast, but I've been talking to some people. I've been trying to get endorsements for the Chocolate Man podcast, and I think I'm gonna. I think I got one. Oh yeah, that's. I haven't updated everybody. I think I got a sponsor. It might be an adult entertainer sponsor, but I'm in works right now of getting sponsors. So salute to everybody. Thank y'all for helping. Even you, Love Luna. Thank you. I do appreciate it. And definitely, I do want to see you on the Chocolate Man podcast. So I'm still gonna try to make a permanent date for the Chocolate Man podcast where we can talk about certain things. This right here is more like politics and stuff like that. And this shit that's happening. Like, the next part and the thing about it, I'm in works right now of writing down what's tomorrow. Um, the topic I'm thinking about using is freedom important than companionship? You know, those are the questions that we ask, and this is on the Chocolate Man podcast and stuff like that. So definitely be entertained. I will give an update tomorrow and tell you what are the permanent days for the Chocolate Man podcast. So just give me a little bit of time. I might do it tomorrow. Don't quote me on it, but give me some time. I might do it tomorrow. I do want to say this though. Um, the sponsor. When you see who the sponsor is, let's say we agree on to the contract. When we see who the sponsor is, y'all gonna be like, "Yo, are you serious?" I'm not gonna say it yet. I'm not gonna tell y'all who it is, but there is somebody I might be interested in. And this is I hit this person up. I hit this person up. You know. Well, well. So when y'all see it, y'all gonna understand. Like, okay, this is why the Chocolate Man podcast is very important. You know, I will say this. We talk about these questions for a reason. The reason why I'm talking about this question is I want y'all to think about this while we're talking about these questions, while we're answering these questions, having a good time, we're hearing other people talk. If somebody wants to jump on the panel today, I want y'all to think. I just want y'all to think. I just want y'all to think this. Has there ever really been a coalition with blacks and browns? Have we ever worked together when it benefits both of us and not just one of us? White people who don't get criticized like they should in these YouTube streets. Yeah, facts. I gotta agree with that, Randall, and this is why. And I always tell people all the time, I'm not even mad about it. It's because it's their channel. This is I wouldn't say it's a white supremacist channel, but it's owned by white people, you know? So what we might think is like, yo, kind of divisive or, toxic, they might not think. Remember like probably like 4 or 5 years ago when they were pushing this red pill shit to the fullest, like this, like this, like this. We had the Andrew Tates, we had the Myron Gaines, we had even the black red pillars. But once Kevin Samuels died, that was the leader. Without Kevin Samuels, there won't be no Myron. There wouldn't be no Walter. There wouldn't be no Andrew Tates. You know. But at the end of the day, we also have to say this. Look what it turned into. Look where Most of these red pills turned into what? They turned into race baiters. They have turned into race baiters. Like, and the reason why Myron Gaines had to get out that shit, because niggas was finding out that he didn't know shit about women. He's just reading fucking statistics that anybody can do. You know? So he been exposed. Niggas been said like, oh yeah, this nigga was in my DMs trying to get some coochie and stuff like that, trying to buy me and all this. And the nigga's a trick. Myra's a trick. But this is what comes with white supremacy. Everybody, and I'm gonna say this. Most of these black Americans who are white supremacists, they're all grifters. From the Myron Gaines to the fucking angry man and Anton Daniels. Anton Daniels don't know shit about women. He knows how to probably put it this way. If I want to listen to Anton Daniels talk about women, I want to hear about like, okay, yo, what should I do to keep my relationship? All that macho shit doesn't work for every woman. So that's why I always tell people all the time. I think Anton Daniels has always been a weak link. You know, he always been the weakest link of his group. You know, and I'm not shitting on him. It's just this is what comes with the territory when you fuck with like red pill. I always told people, and my friend always got mad at me because of that. I was like, yo, that shit ain't true, man. Them niggas, you could tell that them niggas don't know nothing about women. You know? And it's not, like I said, it's not because I'm trying to shit on them. It's just you know when somebody don't know nothing about women. You know a nigga just probably trying to get your money. Then I'm going to say this. All these niggas can hate Tariq Nasheed, but everybody, each and one of those niggas is using Tariq Nasheed's playbook. All them niggas is using Tariq Nasheed's playbook. Tariq Nasheed, don't forget, when they were talking about the art of macking, that means like, yo, we're teaching you an art of picking up women. They're not trying to tell you to pimp women or do this or that with women or the whole 9 yards. No, they're teaching you how to talk to women. And like I always tell people all the time, I don't see nothing wrong with somebody's teaching y'all niggas how to pick up women or talking about women, telling you what they need. You know, there's a such thing as players and pimps. You got to pick which one you are or what you want to be. And this is why I said, and also too, this is why Andrew Tate and Myron Gaines look crazy out here. They talking about, oh yeah, we pimps out here, we G's out here. Do you mean gangsters or gentlemen? When you say you a G, you gotta be for sure what you're saying. You always gotta be for sure about what you're saying. I don't mind. This is why I don't mind y'all niggas talking crazy. I don't mind y'all telling me, oh yeah, you're wrong about this and stuff. Yeah, like at the end of the day, I'm not perfect. Even when I was talking to American Dream, there's certain things I didn't know or I thought was true that wasn't true. But I knew America wanted Cuba. There was a reason why they wanted Cuba. You know? And me, American Dream talked about a lot. But I will say this. I will say this. The Hispanics have fucked it up for the Latinos. The Hispanics. I do got to be personally honest about that. And the reason why I said the Hispanics fucked it up because they came in there with their colonizing culture. What they promote and they do is a colonizing culture. You come over here with a Spaniard culture, you leave doors for niggas to judge you. You know? Cause it leaves an open door of a nigga saying that, oh yo, you know what, y'all niggas think y'all white. This is why you have this type of animosity against black Americans. This is why you don't like black Americans. You know? This is why in my early videos we talked about the black and brown coalitions. Even the Pan Africans was saying that, like, yo, there's no such thing as no black and brown coalition. Like Pan Africans was saying that, you know? Then also, we also got to look at the past. Where the Latinos try to separate themselves from black Americans. It always been there. They always had let me tell you something. They always had a problem with us. They always had a problem with a black man. You know? I'm gonna say this. This is the first time I'm ever hearing about a Latino having some type of African culture to them. You know, is it true? Yeah, I can believe it. Has everybody done that? No, there has been some that say like, yo, that's, you know, that's my culture, you know, and I hate it. Or a white supremacist or a Latino talking about, okay, yo, you know what? I'm indigenous. I'm a Native American. I'm native to this land. You know? And like at the end of the day, when they were here in America, we try to, you know, get on the good foot with them niggas. You know? But what their problem is that they wanted to be white. They wanted to be considered white, you know? That's what their standards that they wanted to be. It seems like every culture has a caste system. Yeah. I believe it too, Rando. I believe it. I believe they do have a caste system. Especially Latinos. If you're dark and stuff like that, they want you to mess with a white man. Or they want you to mess with a lighter skinned man. If you're black Americans, just throw that shit out the window, my nigga. Don't even try. And I'm not trying to be disrespectful or hateful, but we knew for years that Latinos didn't like black Americans. Look at Nick Fuentes. Nick Fuentes is half Mexican. Paul Miller, the Gypsy Crusader. He's Roman and Mexican descent. That fucking girl from Texas, Valentina Gomes or some shit like that. She's Colombian. One of the Proud Boy leaders. He's Cuban. This is why niggas like Tariq Nasheed. Let me tell you something. We can dislike Tariq Nasheed. We could say like, oh yeah, Tariq Nasheed has his antics that I just can't fuck with. I get you, all right? You just can't rock with that type of bullshit. But at the end of the day, Tariq Nasheed hasn't lied about the Latinos communities. Tariq Nasheed was the first one to say like, yo, where is this fucking black and brown coalition coming from? When did this shit start? He was the only one challenging everybody. Like, yo, when has there been ever a black and brown coalition? When has it been? The niggas be like, oh, yo, you're just a hater. You're a hater. Nobody likes you. Nigga. Everything Tariq Nasheed is saying now, this shit is actually happening. These Latinos running around and talk about they're Hispanic. This is why Star Terrain had a problem with Jennifer Lopez saying nigga. Niggas had a problem with Fat Joe. And his lying. And his antics. And we knew he was anti-black. He was an anti-black type of person. He's, like I said, he's like any other of them where they could benefit off of it. They're your friends, my nigga. The election. I vote for Donald Trump. Them niggas thought they were going to stay in the country. They thought they were going to stay in the country because of Donald Trump. because of their black relic that they have for black Americans. Like we have seen this. This ain't the first thing. I predict hangings and everything in 2003. Yeah, I could see that, Randall, too. I could see that. Um, but I will say this too. This is what keep niggas going. Like, did y'all hear about that guy in Texas, the little Mexican nigga, that white supremacy is recruiting illegal migrants, Latinos, the Hispanic community? This was 2 years ago. What's going on, FBA Convo? Salute, salute. Sorry to all of y'all. I didn't do a show yesterday. Some shit came up with some money. I was making money moves, but yeah, it's like even in Chicago, there was a Cuban nigga calling himself Little Hitler. Like in This is why I always tell people. And hold up, I'm gonna even give you another example. Remember the Mexican lady who was like a governor, and they caught her on her phone calling some little black kid a monkey? Or the what is it? The Daniel Penny when he choked out the was it the kid who had mental issues, mental illness issues, and there was Latinos holding the kid, holding that little kid who was probably 150 pounds soaking wet. Give me a second. I can't even see what you said. The Latinos are just a tool for the white supremacy. Yeah, they're tokens now. Noro Martinez. Shout out to you, CNG 215. Let me see who Noro Martinez is. Let me look that up, player. Oh yeah, we're gonna dig deep into this shit. Like we gotta talk about it. Yeah, that was her name. Yup. She called the black kid a monkey and everything. Yup, her leak. Yeah, she got leaked. Yo, she got leaked. I mean, her conversation got leaked to the press. And this is why I said, nigga. I know the question might sound crazy and say, nah, that can't be happening. It's black and brown. No, let's firstly be honest. Is Latinos the new tokens for white supremacy? Sarah Sun claims FBAs, but really still a Pan-African in disguise. I could see that. I could see that FBA convo. Oh, sorry, babe. Well, there's so much stuff about was a suburb bay. I heard somebody slap the shit out of him. Bomb's legacy. Let me see. La Raza means to light up the rays. Latins been pumping that crap. Then they'll talk about fake Afro Latina BS. Yeah, and they don't even like the real Afro Latinos and the Afro Latinas. They don't really like them like that. They'll be the first one to call them a black bitch. We FBAs, we're told we were overreaching. Yeah, you're right about that. CNG 215, 215. Yeah, they've been saying that, but now you got to look at it. Look what been happening. All the white supremacists that were making money and still is making money, they were all fair-skinned people. The Brian Donalds, Jamaican and Panamanian, the Jesse Lee Petersons, the fucking Myron Gaines, the little them two Coon twins, Jason Whitlock. It's an outrage right now, and only people who are really complaining It's Latinos and Mexicans. Those are the people really complaining. Why the fuck are we hearing from Nick Fuentes and he's not even pure blood? But we know somebody in this family is Mexican. This is the stuff that we talking about. Give me a second. Did my joint go off? Give me a second, everyone. All right, there we go. Yeah, and we know he's Mexican. Oh, what's going on, E Will? Salute, salute. Um, Give me a second, everyone. Let me see if my shit. It looks like my shit's going off and on. Y'all still hear me? Oh shit. All right, give me a second. Uh, Going. All right, we're back on, everyone. Yeah, and it's look at like I said, Paul Miller, the Gypsy Crusader, out there calling people niggers and just the whole shit under everything under the sun about a black man. But he has a Mexican descent background, Mexican and Roman background. Recently, they found at a school Latinos lunch ladies were giving Hispanic kids the best food for nurturing, yet scrap the burn. Yeah, absolutely. I believe it. I personally believe it. Let me turn this bad boy down. All right. Yeah, I personally. Hold on, is that the right one? Yeah, I personally believe that. And the reason why I'm going to say I personally believe it is because we know how the Latino community treats black Americans. You know, you got that Japanese Wi-Fi. Yeah, right now, man, I don't know what's going on. But yeah, you'll be surprised, man. I always tell people I never seen a black around coalition. I know there's certain people that are Latinos that fuck with black people. Yes, you know. I will say that there is some that fuck with black people, but I wouldn't say like, oh yeah, they're down to like a coalition with black people. No, I will never say that. And the reason why I say I will never say that because I have seen the worst of Latinos when they're talking about black people. I just got to be personally honest. I have seen it. I understand, yo, and like I understand where it comes from because it comes from their family. Like it comes from their family. Like let me tell you something. I used to fuck with certain niggas where I couldn't even go into their fucking house. But once they come to my house, oh yo, you could come on in, yada yada yada. Nah, fuck that. They they got on code. Even Asians got on code. Right or wrong, they side with Peter Lang against the innocent brother he shot. Yeah, absolutely. When we got code, it's the of yeah. That's why you know what we're dead in all that shit right now. We're gonna dead all that shit. Where Let me ask you a question. When can we say, oh yeah, a Latino's being divisive? When can we say an African is being divisive or a Caribbean? I always say when it comes to black people, this is when niggas is more tough on black people than anything. Give me a second. Did my shit go out again? Or was that my TV? Yeah, that's just my TV. Yeah, you be surprised, man. Oh, it did go out. All right. I think we're back on. Give me a second, everyone. Take that off. All right. I think we're back on. Yeah. I don't know what's going on today, everybody. And it's probably too because it's cold outside. It's like super super cold outside. It's like in the 30s, 20s and 30s. It's fucking cold. Um but yeah, it's like I see it with them too. These other cultures are not naturally loving people. Yeah, you're right about that, Rando. They're not. And this is why I always tell Black Americans. This is why I always tell y'all I'm proud of y'all because at the end of the day, this is the type of people. This is the type of people that we're fucking with. And like they don't want their skin to be black. They want their skin. They want white skin type of people. Like with a black person, it doesn't really matter, man. Like you might get the coons be like, "Oh yeah, I want me the white girl because they're gonna treat me better." Yeah, they're gonna treat you better until they call the fucking cops on you. Once they start spitting on you and saying, "Yo, nigga, niggas." I'm gonna say this. Even I'm gonna even talk about my little brother. I personally don't like to talk about my little brother, but I will today. My little brother likes white women. He likes white women. And my little brother's all fucked up. I'm gonna be personally honest. I think he's all fucked up in the head. I don't fuck with my little brother like that. He don't really fuck with me. He just got a lot going on, and I don't want to be involved with it. I don't even want to be even close to seeing what's going on. You know, I'm just gonna be personally honest. I don't want to see what's going on. I don't even want to be involved. You know, and people like my brother, he say he's black. He knows he's black, but at the end of the day, me and my little brother has different experience with with white Americans or Europeans. Me, I'm used to it. I understand what they do. I know I compete when somebody's trying to play, throw game, pimp game on you. Me, I can see it. My brother can't. My little brother can't. My little brother went to fucking Cohasset. That's damn near in fucking Cape Cod. I remember certain days this nigga used to go out. It'd be like 4 below outside. This nigga is going outside with a hoodie and fucking shorts on. You know, Spain's birth rates are low. They are asking for Europeans sperm only. It's not divisive when they. Yeah, I get it. CNG 2215. I feel them, man, and like this is why I said, one thing I will say, certain races, certain cultures, they want black sperm, like black American sperm. And the reason why, because they understand that our sperm is stronger. We have great genetics. Like we can get through anything. You don't want to be mixing, you don't want to be race mixing with like certain other cultures. And I get that. Um, but also too, Spain needs to know Spain hasn't always been white. Always hasn't been European. Call your brother Peter Cotton. Call him Peter Cottontail. Yeah, it's basically call your brother Peter. Yeah, he is, man. It's sad, man. My little brother had a few nigga wake up calls and shit. You know, he had a few nigga wake up calls and he don't give a fuck, man. And I think I'm gonna say this. I think my mother traumatized him. I'm gonna be personally honest about that. I think my mother traumatized him. Um, do I think she meant it in a bad way? I don't think so. But shit, this kid's fucked up. My little brother's fucked up. So if you meant to do it or not, the kid's fucked up. So that's some shit she's gonna have to fix. That's some shit that she's gonna have to get over. Me, I'm fucked up, but I know how to manage the fuckery and stuff like that. And I'm pretty normal. I would say that I'm pretty normal. Like, I'm more normal than most of my friends. And the reason why I say I'm more normal than them is like, yes, I have seen crazy shit. I've been around crazy shit probably 30 years of my life, 30, 40 years of my life. Um, More than 30, like 30 plus, 34, 35 years. Like, shit happens, man. And I understand shit happens and stuff. I seen people get shot, fucking guy get stabbed, and guy left the knife inside of him and ran off. Like, yo, it's. I heard it was paying. Yeah! Remember, hey, CNG, I said that a ill minute ago. An ill minute ago. Niggas thought I was lying. Niggas really thought I was lying. But honestly, I would say that I can do that. I'll give my sperm to Japan and Korea just so they can build up their birth rates and they can be a little bit stronger. But as black Americans, like we want to be there for our kids. We're not going to run off like Africans. We're going to want to know how those kids is doing. We're producing this amount to these kids, but we want to know how these kids is doing. So that's the difference between us and like the black diaspora. Them niggas can leave their kids. Black Americans don't want to leave their kids. That's why I feel like, and this is why I said the census is gonna actually explain and see what's really going on. You're gonna see that like it's mostly these immigrants or these niggas who have immigrant backgrounds that will leave these chicks. Nigga, I know this dude. He has like 6 kids, but he only has custody of one. He's a Cape Verdean guy. You know? And it's weird to me. I was like, nigga, you don't want to be there for but baby mama. Nigga, it ain't about your baby mama, my nigga. You're just going to have a great relationship. Like, yo, you're still fucking her. So, like, why don't you want to have a great relationship with your kids? Mm. Oh, oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Excuse me. I had a homeboy who loved white women. We make fun of him a little. Yeah, But the thing about it, when we do shit like that, we just black. That's how black people is, you know. And Randall, you adapted to the culture, you know, so you understand, like, yeah, niggas are just joking around and stuff like that. But if you look at an immigrant, they wouldn't take it. They'll take it they'll take it serious, you know. Oh no, I got what you meant, Randall. You're good, you're good. But yeah, man, that's just how people are, man. Some people can't take the joke, but you know, you gotta check his background too, see why he does shit like that. I know why my little brother does it. My little brother does it because my mother fucked him up. You know, my mother's always, and my mother was harder on me than on my little brother. I had to break boundaries for my little brother. So it's like, you know, it's you're welcome in advance, nigga, you know. So they said they paid like $3,500 in Japan for it though. It isn't that low in US dollars. Yeah, I know. CNG, yo, give me the information. I'll help Japan out, you know? Because let me tell you why I will help Japan out. They actually love our culture, you know? They fuck with us heavy. It's not like China. I know Ping gets mad when I say it. It's not like China. Is there racism in China? I mean, in Japan, yeah, of course. There's racism everywhere, but in China, it's different. My daughter dates a black man. I saw them all the time. Hold on one second. I think that's my car. Shout out to Adam B. I know you're a new guy. Let me see. I saw them all the time. Dated a white man. I would say this Adam B. Um, in the black community, we usually just try to stay in the black community, and the reason why, because situations like this, situation, and when I say situation, is because they can't adapt to our culture. You know, there's always some type of, I wouldn't say weird shit, but there's some abnormal stuff that goes on in that type of community, especially with black men. You know, like I felt good. Like me, I can adapt to anything. I dated a Ethiopian girl who had adopted white parents. You know, and I felt the like, oh yeah, I felt the uncomfortable around them where they're like, oh yeah, you know, they didn't want her really dating a black man. You know, so I get you. He's FBA. His mother is cool though. Yeah, you'll get that, Rando. It's just like I said, you gotta look in his background. Motherfucker probably went to a school with all white women, or he has some disdain for black people, or like if you just like look at me for example. My baby mother's Asian, but I love black women. My baby mother knows it's like, yo, if I ever leave her, I'm only dating black American women. That's it. I love foreign women. Yeah, I love foreign black women, but it's just I love my black American women. Let me tell you something. 2 days ago, and I think this is why I didn't do the show. I think I could have done the show yesterday, but it wouldn't be as long. I was really thinking about my purpose in this podcast. I feel like in every culture you have to find some way somehow where you can give tributes to your culture and your people and your ancestors. And this is why I actually go hard. Like, yeah, there's money involved and stuff like that, and it's cool. But I love my people, man. I love my people, and I always want to do the greatest for my people. So if I have to do, excuse me, a 4 or 5 hour show a day, 6 hour show a day for my people, I don't mind, because at the end of the day, the way how I put on for my ancestors and my culture, I wish that my ancestors could have done that. My forefathers could have done that. Instead of having to fight. They couldn't talk crazy like me. I can talk crazy. I can actually get lit out here and get on my boogeyman shit. I'm not against race mixing, but it does cause culture class and identity crisis for the mixture that should be considered. I will say this, CNG. The reason why it causes shout out to Ray Ray, salute. Reason why it causes culture class because these kids is gonna have to choose one or the other. You know, they're not trying to choose one or the other. They're trying to look for acceptance, and they're not understanding that you're fully not going to be accepted everywhere. You're fully not going to be accepted in your culture. You know, let me ask you a question. Do any black just look at yourself? If you're FBA, Foundational Black American, ADOS, Black Native, let me ask you a question. Do you think you're fully accepted in your culture? No, and I'm gonna say this: there's always some type of loopholes into everything. There's loopholes into that, So we can't be, we can't really be hard on our race if these people are mixed culture. Like my kids, they know that they're black. First thing they're gonna say, I'm black. Yeah, my mama, but you're half Asian, Cambodian. Yeah, their mother is, but at the end of the day, they came out my nutsack. They were raised with daddy. Daddy taught them to be black. You know, that's the thing. And I always tell people this is why it is a bad thing. This is why people are having an issue with the race mixing and stuff. Because that people are not people still don't are not adapting of how these kids are connected. These kids need. Let me tell you something. If your kids is half black, they need to be hanging out with their black cousins. They need to be chilling with their black cousins. They need to be hanging around with their aunties, the black aunties and stuff like that. I know there is certain situations. Yes, I do agree with that. There is certain situations, but at the end of the day, this is let me say Latinos are the main victims of white supremacy here. Here they are more legit than the Europeans colonizers that control races America. Who gives the white man the ability to chase someone off stolen land? Shabaka, technically, I'm not saying you're wrong. Their Asian ancestors that we call red natives sold the land. So we cannot do that and lie. It died out again? Oh, fuck me. He said DVD man get. Give me a second again. Jesus Christ. Uh, all right. Yeah, my shit's on Metro right now. Yeah. I don't know. Like I said, the weather just dropping. Like I've been having problems. So I will say this, Shabaka. Technically, the red natives, that's technically Asian. The Asian Slavic natives. They sold the land. They sold the land, so they can't get mad. They can't get mad at what you know. They can't get mad what the Europeans did, and also don't forget they're mixed in with Europeans. They're technically a part of the white supremacy. You know, like I said, look at the Nick Fuenteses. Look at the Valentina Gomes. Look at fucking Paul Miller. You know, so it's yeah. Thank you, Ray Ray. It doesn't make it. It's the culture. Blacks is a reference to America. Yeah, facts. I agree with that. And this is where the issue's coming from. This is where I can't fully agree with you, Shabaka. Yeah, they were at war, but the civilized natives, let's say that, the civilized Native Americans sold their land. The civilized Indians. That's what they were called. They were called the civilized Indians. Like those people in Mexico, those were civilized Indians until some of those Seminoles went to Mexico. Some of the Seminoles. Then when they won their land and their freedom, that's when they turned on the Seminoles. So it's a weird situation, you know. That's why I say I call this is why I call the Latinos the civilized Native Americans. Because at the end of the day, their ancestors were doing the same thing. Their native ancestors were doing the same thing, selling out the other natives, the dark skinned natives, for land. So, my nigga, what you want me to say? They did it. They did it. You know, like that's why I said, like, yo, they did it. I the tokens, they're they're tokens for the white supremacy. It's just too much evidence to prove that they're not. I mean that they are. You know, there's too much evidence to show that they are. You know, and the black Americans don't even hate them. Black Americans don't hate them at all. You know, so they are not ancestors. It's 250,000 years, 250 years old, and was genocide. Millions natives were killed and living on reservations to do whatever they want to do. Give me a second, everybody. All right, I just reset everything, everyone. So just give me a second. I reset everything. Um, So let me ask you a question. Since you said that, Shabaka, because I'm gonna start the show soon. Since you said that, where did the Latinos come from? All of them are not African. All of them are not indigenous. Do they have indigenous blood? Yeah, some of them have indigenous blood, but where did these people come from? So this is where your statement gets a little weird. Cause like I said, it's not a vague, it's a gray line. The ignorant foreigners just want to glaze us because we're not alone there. Facts. I believe that, Ray Ray. Salute. The Six Nations were not the only nations. They were the ones who became partners with the colonizers. Facts. The civilized Indians. I agree with that, Ray Ray. Being recognized by the U.S. government doesn't change historical. Yep, facts. Aztecs. Not everybody was Aztecs. You know. Um. Again, Adam B. They have to come from somewhere. Not all of them were in America. I mean, not all of them was in the America, North and South America area. So they have to come from somewhere. We're figuring out, and if you get a chance, watch some of my videos. We have talked about that a little bit because we had the Omax. The Omax looked like they were African. You had some natives that looked like me, just running around here with long fucking hair. So I get what you're talking about, Adam B. But we also have to understand the Aztecs were killed off. They were genocide. This is where in situations where black Americans, they're like, hold up. Why are these things looking like us? Why are these things are like kind of Moorish? Why are these things kind of African? All right, I think I fixed it, everyone. I don't want to reset my Wi-Fi because if I reset it, I'll have to turn it all off. So that's why I'm trying to stop from resetting it. If I do, I'll probably have to do another show tomorrow. I don't want to reset my Wi-Fi, but yeah, we have we have a castle here in Nova Scotia that dates 1400 centuries. Yeah, I'm gonna say this. There has been a lot of things that's built, and we don't know how these things are built. That is very interesting. I will do. I do. I think I do want to do a show on that. On certain like eighth wonders of buildings. Your name is Token. Oh, Ray Ray, Ray Ray's already talked about your name is Token. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised about Nova Scotia. I wouldn't be surprised at Nova Scotia because it's all way high up in there that there were Vikings there. Um, I will say that, or Moors were there, or you gotta understand that, like, yeah, there's a. You'd be surprised, you know. Hold on a second. Yeah, but yeah, I wouldn't be surprised about that, Adam B. I want to say this before I start. I remember I was having a conversation where I think Be Active, and I think I had another conversation about this with SP. And shout out to both of them. But this is what I was telling them about. This is what I was warning them about. I said, if you do not police your people, this is the type of shit that's going to happen. This is how people are going to be looking at your community. This is how people is going to be looking at your culture. Now you're looking, now black Americans is looking at their culture and saying like, okay, yo, what the fuck is going on? They don't really fuck with us like that. And technically, if I really look at it, they really haven't fucked with us like that. You know, shut the fuck up and read a book. Latinos come from the mixture of the colonizers and the colonizers in Africa. Yeah, but Shabaka, I get that and everything, but most of these people have a conquistador culture. This is what Ray Ray's saying, that they have a conquistador culture, Shabaka. They don't really fuck with that indigenous shit, and only if it benefits them. They have a white European Spaniard culture. Like I get it, Shabaka. Yeah, the indigenous was enslaved by the Spaniards, but most of them were killed off. So the question is how are they native to that land if they all were killed off? And there were only what, a few indigenous, but mostly Spaniards. The Spaniards never went back. The Spaniards still stayed there. This is why the Iblela is saying, the black Iblela is saying, mess with the white man or mess with the conquistador, the lighter skinned person. Don't fuck with nobody who's a Moreno or somebody who's dark as a Moreno. Makes fucking sense and talks English and the language of don't understand that hood shit. Speak English, right? So Shabaka, if you don't understand what Ray Ray is saying, then you need to hang out with more black Americans or more black people. It seems like you don't hang out with black people. You seem like I say, you seem like you's a liberal or a conservative. You're and like I'm not even being funny. I think you're less of a Pan African. Like I said, I always told you I thought you was a Democrat shit. This is why I have to be more vocal with it now because at the end of the day, we can't be playing with people like you, Shabaka, and you doing fuckery. You doing fuckery to the black community. Like, let me give you an example. The black community's fucked up, but Pan Africans had their hand in it for the last 80, 90 years. You know who Pan African blames now? Tariq Nasheed. Tariq Nasheed only been lit for 20 years. He only been lit for like 20 years. But y'all niggas been active for like almost 80, 90 years. What is that saying about y'all? Y'all been fucking up the community. And I'm sorry to say this to you, but it seems like y'all been fucking up the community. It looks like you've been doing side deals with white supremacy. And I know you're gonna get mad and wild the fuck out, but I'm just being personally honest with you. It seems like you've been doing side deals with the white supremacists. You know, so it's like, Shabaka, let me ask you a question. What do you want me to say? You know, like what do you want us to say? Like, oh, let's give it another try after you've been trying for the last 90 years of this Pan African shit. I have told you my experience with Pan African. It's not a good experience. All y'all niggas have been doing is wiping away our culture, wiping away our history, right? Wiping away our ancestors. Sooner or later, our ancestors is gonna be a nigga from a mud hut, nigga, who has a fucking spear and eating a lion tail, nigga. Like, come on. Like, let's personally be honest about that. You don't ever want us to have our own cultures to ourselves, but Africa can have everything. Caribbeans can have everything. Latinos can have everything. But when it comes to black Americans, oh yeah, we were helped. We were helped. Who helped us? None of y'all never really fucked with us like that. None of y'all really don't fuck with us like that. The shit that y'all saying now and doing now, y'all niggas was doing that shit in the 60s, 70s, and the 80s. Latinos running around here calling us niggas and all of that. Talk about let the nigga handle their own problems. That is not our Latino problem. We are just trying to be white. That's what y'all niggas said. That's what y'all niggas said. They was the ones saying like, yo, don't let these Morenos in the house. These Morenos do not need to be in our house. This is the shit that they were saying. Now you want us to sweep that shit under the rug where, like, we seen this shit happen. We understand why this shit happens. But at the end of the day, you have a choice. You have the choice to accept what these niggas is saying and say like, oh yeah, well, they're right. These Morenos is wilding the fuck out of here. Or we can tell the truth. We can tell the truth and figure out how we can change this. Americans know those who flee have no standing in America. Yes, facts. I believe that, Ray Ray. I personally believe that. So the first video I'm gonna pull out. It's not even a Tariq Nasheed, so I hope you enjoy it. I'll be right back, everyone. Oh, I gotta reset this. All right, there we go.
Significant segment of the
look are being snatched up by ICE agents now. They were saying, you see, Latinos were saying that black people are being snatched up by ICE agents now. They were saying, you see, you look, right? We asked for help. You ain't help us. Now the same thing happening to you. We told you they was coming for you next. We told you they was. This is what they're saying. ICE agents, they snatched up a black person with dreadlocks in Chicago. I was like, what the hell? But they said that they ended up releasing him once they realized, that he was an American citizen.
Half of all Latinos think of themselves as white. Now, that's different from how many whites think Latinos are white, but half of all Latinos think they're white. And when you look at the census numbers, and if the census includes among whites, not just non-Hispanic whites, but Hispanic whites, then in 2043, what will be the percentage of the white population in the country? We're 65% now. What will it be in 2043 if you include Latinos? 72%. If, over the next 30 years, a significant segment of the Latino population comes to be accepted as whites, we may be in the midst of a historic expansion of white identity, not a move to whites as a minority in this country. And believe me, the Republicans / Ted Cruz, Marco Rubio understand this, right? And this is why it's so important to understand this is not about racism. They don't care if they win votes by bringing in Marco Rubio, Ted Cruz, Herman Cain. They don't care. They care about winning. They care about power. And if dog whistle politics can succeed by wrapping in new groups who can be made racially anxious, that's exactly what it'll do.
This is probably going to piss some people off, but this has to be said. And I speak only from my experience and coming from a Hispanic household. Us Hispanics, we are racist against black people. Let's not fucking lie. Let's not cap. Hispanics are fucking racist against blacks. But let me explain. But I feel like a lot of us aren't racist in the way of like being like fucked up or mean it in a bad way. It doesn't justify being racist, but I feel like it's more like we keep it between the family type racist. But then again, there's also those Mexicans that actually take the racist like serious and they're actually like fucked up racist. So there's two, but I'm talking about like the funny racist that I think a lot of us Mexicans and Hispanics can relate to. Like especially our Hispanic dads, whenever they see a black guy, for sure it's always like, ira ese mayate, ese mayuga, ese prieto, ese negro. Just like all these, like why do you have to call them all that when you see them, you know? And of course we try to tell them like, no, like don't say that, like why you, pa que les dices eso, like why are you calling them that? Like I got black homies, like they're cool. And of course just being your hard-headed Hispanic parents, like nah, son bien rateros, like they steal, they always start problems, they're loud, they're annoying. Like we try to protect them, like don't get me wrong, I'm not like saying like we're racist, because you know we speak English, the kids speak English, you know, we got black friends of course, so we try to defend it, but our parents are so hard-headed, they're just, to them it's like no, it's like that's what they are, just because they see all the bad shit on TV, so they want to just, they think that about every black person just because they see one bad thing about one black person. Basically big time stereotypes. Like even if you bring a black friend over, like they're still racist towards him. They're not gonna say it to him, but like to you, like y este pinche negrito que, or like this little black kid what, like stuff like that. Like they'll say it like in a playful type way, not in like I said, not in a fucked up way. But still, like at the end of the day, like we're still fucking racist. Or like if like for example, like me and my brother, like we like soccer and we'd go play, you know, you get together with friends, a lot of our African and black friends would come play. Like obviously my dad was cool with all of them and everything, but he'll like, obviously when we see them, when you get to the field or something between me and my brother and my dad, he'd be like, yes, pinche mayuguillas. Like he started talking to shit about the black guys. In a funny way, like he's just being funny, but still, like it's always about the black dudes, like talking shit about them. Like these little fucking black kids, like just spitting the shit like that, you know? But when it comes to like girls dating black dudes, oh yeah, I feel like that's the big fucking issue. Like the world ends. Like I feel like that just really brings out the racists and Latinos. I don't know why. Like now that I'm older, like why do you guys get so mad just because a black guy dates a Mexican girl, your daughter? Like why? Just because he's black? I feel like, to me, I feel like a lot of Hispanic dads or Mexican dudes get mad when a girl's dating a black guy, because the first thing they think is they got a big you know what. But I'm like, why? Like why does that, like you assume every black dude has a big, you know, and that's not true. I've met girls that have told me not every black guy has a big, you know, they haven't had that experience with every black dude. So even if it was true, like who cares? Like why is that triggering you? That a black guy might have a big chile and he's piping down your daughter. Like regardless, big or not, he's piping her down, so why does it matter if it's big or not? I feel like that's the biggest issue. I feel like a lot of us Mexicans are insecure, or Hispanic dads, that a black dude might have a big chile, and that's why they get mad. But I don't see why. She's gonna get piped down regardless. And I feel like they use that as an excuse to be even more racist towards black guys. But I feel like all this racist shit needs to stop, and getting mad because your daughter is just dating a black guy, and like I feel like all this shit should stop. I'm not gonna lie, I thought it was funny when I was younger. You know, you're younger, you don't know any better, you're just fucking around with your dad and your uncles or whatever, your family. But now I'm like, why? Like, there's no reason to talk shit about them just because they're black. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, I got black homies, barber's black. Like, there's no reason to be saying shit like that, you know? Even if it's playing around. And I'm not trying to justify, like I said, like, even though my dad's playing around and we're playing around, like, well, I don't know, what do you guys think? Would you guys still consider that racist? Even though some families don't mean it in, like, a fucked up way? Or no? Like, what do you guys think? Because at the end of the day, my dad still fucks with black dudes. Like I said, our friends, he goes up to them, like, oh, hey, what's up? You know, like, they say what's up to my dad. Like, all my black homies have been cool with my dad. Even though my dad's talk shit about all of them, low-key. But he still says what's up to them. He still respects them. That's the thing. He's not fucked up to them. He respects everybody the same. He just talks shit about black guys. That's what I'm trying to say. And I know a lot of you Hispanic dads and have people like that in your family that be talking shit about black people. So don't be fucking lying. But like I said, I got black friends. I'm not racist. I just feel like I should call it out how it is. I know a lot of Hispanics be doing this shit. Some mean it in a playful way, you know, playful / fucked up way, but some actually mean it like for real. But I feel like that shit should stop. We need to unite. We need to be cool. Stop stereotyping. But like I said, some of our parents are just too hard-headed. They're not going to get it.
Dear Latinos, being racist to other Latinos, indigenous, and black folks will not bring you any closer to the whiteness that you crave so much. And if this message bothers you, then it was probably meant for you.
So what y'all think about that? Sorry, everybody, I'm doing a little bit of stuff too. So what y'all think about that? What do y'all think about that? Like, do we have to hear this from a Latino or?
Latinos was saying that.
This is a Latino man saying that. He's like, yo, my father be saying fucked up shit. You know? Oh shit, got one of my wires. Hold on, everybody. Got one of my wires. It's straight, I'll fix it later. Yeah. This is a Latino saying this. You know, and I get it, man. Some people be joking around and stuff like that, but let's go back into history and now see what they
abroad
say.
in Ecuador for a couple of months, and this comment reminds me of an incident that happened to me when I studied abroad in Ecuador for a couple of months, and oof. There were a lot of race-related things that happened to me on this trip because I was the only black person and one of only, I think, 3 people of color on this trip. 3? Actually, now that I think about it, it was me. There was a girl who was a Mexican. There was a guy there who was Puerto Rican. And the only other minority there was a white liberal lesbian. But I digress. The story's not about them. While I was studying abroad, I wasn't like doing it on my own or, you know, like it was through the school, but we had host parents. And I got paired with a really sweet older lady, and her name was Irlanda. Loved her. Absolutely loved her. She was marvelous. But I do remember one of our very first conversations that we had when I got there, and it was about my boyfriend. She had asked if I had somebody back home, and I showed her a picture. At this time, I was dating someone who was biracial. His mother was black, his father was Indian, and he was about my skin complexion. I showed her the picture, and she looks at him, and then she looks at me. She looks back at the picture, and then she's like, no. And I'm confused. I'm like, what? Like, why would she say something like that? She then tells me that she thinks he's really handsome, but that I can't marry him and that I can't have babies with him because, and please don't come at my Spanish. My Spanish isn't as good as it used to be. But she said, mejorar la raza or mejorando la raza. And I was so confused because at the time my Spanish was good. That was the whole point of me studying abroad, was that it was going to be my minor. And what she had said, literally translated in my head, was better the race. And I was confused as to why she would say something like that to me or what it even meant. And so I asked her for clarity. She broke it down and basically explained to me that because he was a dark-skinned man and that I was a dark-skinned woman, that we shouldn't be together because it would then produce dark-skinned children, and that wouldn't be advantageous to me.
So you heard her say the Spanish lady who she was with, when she showed the lady the picture of her boyfriend, who was basically black, she said black and Indian, but he has to look more black, you know, for the lady to say what she said. Mejor la raza, better the race. But that lady has some nerves to tell her something like that, because they don't want to have children with black people. This is taught to all of them. So if you live in a Latino neighborhood or Latino live in your neighborhood, you have to know that they have been told not to mix with you, not to breed with you or have.
Now, I'm going to ask y'all this question. Is that a problem? To me, it's a problem. And the reason why, because you're not treating me like I'm a human. You're treating me like there's something wrong with me. There's something wrong with me. Why does she have to go over? She don't have to go abroad to hear this shit. They do that shit here. This is why I say, yo, I think, and this is just me. I said this a few episodes ago. I said, I think Latinos they go through a colorism problem, and the only time they want to be black is when it's beneficial. It has always been like that.
Have children because it's holding back the race. And a Latina girl told me that. Remember I told you the other Latina girl told me what her father said about black guys? They in gangs, they don't take care of their kids, they don't like to work. That same Latina told me also that her parents told her, when you date a black person, it brings the family down, okay? And when you date a white person, it brings the family up. That's what she told me, the same girl. Like, it makes you look bad. It brings the family down. It holds you back. When they date black guys, she said that's why her parents told her not to do it. To only mix with her own or white.
Told you.
And y'all know, you know the sound like the nigga was too stunned to speak. I mean, I just stared at her because she was not a fair-skinned woman. And I couldn't believe that she was saying something like that to me. But after she said that, I noticed the way that I was experiencing Ecuador and the way that my peers were experiencing Ecuador were like two completely different experiences, night and day.
Hey, if somebody
Night and
call,
day.
you could call right back.
And the sad part is, if I'm being very honest with myself, this was definitely foreshadowing for what was to come years, well, not years, actually, probably 8 months later when I ended up dating the guy who was Puerto Rican and told me that he couldn't talk to me anymore because his family was not going to accept the fact that he was dating a black woman. Colonization really did a number on everybody.
The anti-blackness is the real pandemic globally. That's the biggest issue. And these people who don't have melanin or have a little bit of melanin that want to support white supremacy, it's because they're weak. So they try to look for power somewhere else. But anytime you think that you are better than somebody else because you have less pigment, like, you're weak as fuck. Like, stop with the inferiority complex. Like, what is wrong with you?
Does it surprise you that California's largest racial bias cases are of Latino employees discriminating against and abusing black employees? So this is what's happening. The LA Times reports that black employees were being called the N-word, having bananas waved at them, and subject to other intolerable work conditions at the hands of their Latino supervisors and peers. One black man even experienced night terrors and was diagnosed with PTSD after the racism he experienced. But it also went beyond insults. Latino supervisors would needlessly fire black employees and or pass them up for roles for less experienced Latino employees. And recently, similar incidents occurred at a UCLA hospital, a Century Valley vegetable farm.
Everybody, don't forget to like and subscribe and comment in the live chat. And also, if you want to donate, I will put it in the live chat for y'all. Just hit the link. You can Cash App, Super Chat. I'm trying to encourage y'all to do Super Chat just so you know your name can pop up on the live screen for the Super Chat and stuff, or just do Cash App, either or. It's still good either way, but again, don't forget to share too. Share to your friends, share to your mama, share to your Facebook and all that other cool stuff. But yeah, this is the stuff that does go on in these type of communities. I have seen it.
and a San Diego college. According to the article, one LA attorney said that 20 years ago, the feeling was that minorities could not be discriminated against each other. But in answer to my original question, the article also points out that anti-black prejudice in Latino-dominated workplaces comes as no surprise to scholars of race relations due to a shared legacy of slavery and racial prejudice in the US and Latin America.
Now that lady you see in this video, she is from Spain. She's a Spaniard. And basically, she's going to let the Latinos know that she don't care about slavery and she's not going to apologize. So this is a real Spaniard person. She's going to let you know that she don't care about them. And this is the problem. This is where the problem lies with racist Latinos.
I want to say this, Latinos and Latinas. This is your oppressor that's about to talk. She's from Spain. She's a Spaniard. Now let's see what she thinks about y'all.
And racist Indians. These Latinas, they've been colonized, enslaved, and had their culture destroyed by the Spaniards, the Spain, right? But a Latina would still sleep with a Spaniard guy from Spain and an Indian female, you know, that dot on her forehead. She would still sleep with a British guy from the UK. They don't have a problem with them, the people who destroyed their culture. But they have a problem with black people who've done nothing to them. So they won't date a black guy when black people didn't colonize them, didn't destroy their culture, and gave them a bastard language. But your parents could tell you to be racist to black people and don't date black guys, but it's okay for you to date your oppressor and slave masters? You Latinas and Indians are some dumb hoes. It's supposed to be the other way around. You're supposed to have a problem with the people who done something to you, not black people. Black people ain't do nothing to your culture.
That happened 500 years ago. I am 30 years old. I am not responsible for that. Ergo, I'm not apologizing. Question. Japan got not one, but 2 nuclear blasts. And they're like super developed country. What's your excuse? What's the excuse of Latin America? Because what happened to them was 500 years ago. The gold that we stole, I'm still waiting on my share because I never got anything. Wow.
I'm fighting with Dominican TikTok again. The way that some of y'all cape for y'all Spanish colonizer is fucking embarrassing. It's giving very Stockholm syndrome. But that's okay, because school is in session. And yes, I'm Dominican, and I'm gonna need my people to be a little smarter than this woman right here. She claims that the laws of Burgos guaranteed rights to indigenous people before anyone else in the West. Let's read what happened during the laws of Burgos. The laws of Burgos are the first legal code in the Americas directing Spaniards to read aloud a religious justification and demand of obedience from the native populations, known as el requerimiento. The law gives native peoples a chance to submit before being attacked or enslaved, but this is an impossible task since natives do not speak Spanish. And thus, the Spaniards continue to enslave and seize indigenous lands. It required that indigenous people acknowledge the church as the ruler and superior of the whole world. But if you do not do this and maliciously make delay in it, I certify to you that with the help of God, we shall powerfully enter into your country and shall make war against you and in all ways and manners that we can, and shall subject you to the yoke and obedience of the church and of their highnesses. But wait. There's more. We shall take you and your wives and your children and shall make slaves of them, and as such shall sell and dispose of them as their highnesses may command. And we shall take away your goods and shall do you all the mischief and damage that we can. As to the vassals who do not obey and refuse to receive the Lord and contradict him, and we protest that the deaths and losses that accrue from this are your fault and not that of your highnesses or ours. You literally cannot make this shit up. There are so many things that you could be, but I'm gonna need you to be for real. The Spaniards were never benevolent to indigenous people or enslaved Africans.
Shout out to Ray.
They were violent. They were violent. I'll say this again. They were violent. So initially, we didn't voluntarily mix in Latin America and in the Caribbean, especially not in Dominican Republic, where it all began. So what did we learn today, kiddos? Yes. Before I open my mouth on TikTok, I should shut up and read a book. Que tenga un buen día.
Man, this is coming from a bald-headed, tatted Mexican. It's nothing but love. Nowadays, if people are small-minded, it don't matter what color you are. That needs to be kept to the back. Keep that negativity to the side. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about the things that made you feel that way. As far as I'm concerned, it's nothing but love. It's progress over pedo all day. It's progress over bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
See that, everyone? This is the type of shit. You know what? I'm gonna say this. This might go a little bit crazy. The reason why I had to show y'all this video is because I was tired of hearing, yo, we're on your side. Why are you being divisive? We were outside with you. We were outside with you. Where? Where were you outside with me? These are the questions we need to be asking right now. Hold on one second. Give me a second. I gotta check something out. I'll do that shit later. Give me a second, everyone. I'm gonna get busy right here. I want y'all to watch this video. But yeah, this is why I did that video. I did that video because, you know, Black Americans was tired of that shit. Black Americans was tired of, you know, feeling a certain type of way and having to, like, always have to, you know, everybody, let me tell you something. What really gets me pissed off is because everybody wants the Black American to take the higher road. We're tired of taking the high road. The high road has gotten us nowhere. You know, and I want people to see that it has gotten us nowhere. You know, I want people to, if you feel a certain type of way, you give them the same energy that they're giving you.
A Latino guy, a Mexican, was saying that at first he didn't believe what black people were saying about racism and oppression. He said he didn't believe that black people was being mistreated or oppressed. He said he thought it was something that they was doing to themselves. But he said now that it's being done to their people, they're being oppressed. He said now he believes it. So why did it take for you to be oppressed, for you to believe someone else is being oppressed or mistreated? The reason why they don't believe you is because they don't like you. You agree with people who you like. It's just that simple. If they don't like you as a person, even if you're telling the truth, they're not going to admit that you're telling the truth because they don't like you. That's what it comes down to.
President Trump, we love you. We will support you all the way to the end. Thank you for everything you've been doing.
We have a message for you, President Trump, from all the way down from the RGV 956. Latinos for Trump here representing. We've been with you since 2016. Co-founded Latinos for Trump. We pray for you, and it's time to what? Finish the wall! 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 Finish the wall!
Yeah!
500,000 people being deported who come from 4 countries. You want to guess what one of those countries is? The very first one listed? Cuba.
Folks from Cuba that want to avoid an authoritative communistic regime like Castro somehow gravitate to the fucking Republicans. Look at these fucking assholes down here. Look at these flags on this fucking boat. You think that Trump in any way is going to help anyone that's not white? Cubans aren't white enough. To Trump and the people in power, you're nothing but la cucarachas.
Just ordered the deportation of 500,000 Cuban, Venezuelan, and Haitian immigrants that came here the right way. And my question for my fellow Cubans is, are y'all still feeling special?
This message is for all the black people out there and the content creators that are black. If you're not black, feel free to scroll through because this
nigga got the Puerto Rican hat on. He know he can't get deported. Not yet. Not yet.
message is like truly for them. From a Latino that represents the Latino community pretty heavily. I'm sorry because I know that you're getting harassed right now, that, oh, you need to support us, you need to blah, blah, blah. You don't owe us shit. You don't owe us anything. You guys voted accordingly in the last election.
Facts, right.
And we as Latinos did not. We fucked up royally, especially my community of Puerto Ricans and the Cubans. We voted at a higher rate than any other fucking minority, over 60%. And you guys voted over 60%, no, fuck, more, like 90% for Kamala Harris. We fucked up. So now we can't cry about it when you guys defended us in the polls and we didn't even defend ourselves. So now there's a lesson to be learned. But again, thank you for your service. You don't owe us shit, black people. Que tengan buen día.
It's true. Black people will be discriminated against in a Latin American country. If you're leaving America to get away from discrimination and you're moving to a Latin American country thinking that you're not going to be discriminated against, you're wrong. I've been hearing a lot about people that have moved to Mexico and are complaining that they're being discriminated against in Mexico. Let me tell you something. Mexico discriminates against their own Mexican people that are darker shade than the rest of them. In Mexico,
Iblela looks pretty good, man. Woo-wee. She looks pretty good. I ain't even gonna lie about that. She probably in her 50s or 60s. I give her 2 or 3 rounds, pimping. You know? I give her 2 or 3 rounds, man. I'm sorry, everybody. I just wanted to say mama look good. Little mama look good.
there's a lot of states that have very fair skin and blue eyes people. The people that have indigenous features, the very dark skin, the black hair, are discriminated against. So you coming to live to Mexico and think that you're not going to be discriminated against is a fallacy. This is not just in Mexico. It happens everywhere in Latin America. Black people are discriminated against. In Honduras, there's an entire community of Garifunas. And Garifunas have been in Honduras for hundreds of years. It happens everywhere. And to this day, they discriminate against them. They remove their land. Some of them even get murdered. It's a battle Garifunas have gone through for decades with Honduras, because Honduras to this day does not recognize Garifunas as part of being part of Honduras. And so I grew up looking at Garifunas as if they were subculture, subhuman. I'm telling you, you think that you're leaving the U.S. and moving to a Latin American country to escape racism, you're not escaping racism. And you need to understand that that's just the way things are. And it's very acceptable. Those of you who are coming on TikTok complaining that they're in Mexico and that they are...
Hey, whoever called, call back. I just seen your call.
Embracing the Mexican culture, and why are they being discriminated against? That is why. Mexico people discriminate against their own. What do you think it's going to happen when you're there? In fact, in Mexico, if you don't have light skin and blue eyes, first of all, look at the telenovelas. You tell me, what do you see in telenovelas? You're only going to see beautiful people with light skin and blue eyes. You're going to see some indigenous people. The vast majority of the roles they give the indigenous actors is of the maid, is of, you know, it's never the pretty woman. Yeah. How many actors do you know in Mexico that are in a telenovela and they happen to be black? Just look at the telenovelas. And you tell me how many indigenous actors and actresses you're going to see in those telenovelas. It's the reality in Mexico, and you need to understand that. You're not escaping racism by moving to a Latin American country.
There's no
Yo, that's crazy. This is
way I should be going.
Now watch this, everybody. This is gonna fuck you up right here.
Hispanics are identifying themselves as white. That's according to a new census. More Hispanics are identifying themselves as white. That's according to a new census numbers released today. The report estimates 1.2 million of the 35 million Hispanic, Latino, or Spanish Americans changed their race to white in the latest census. Research suggests Hispanics who have experienced discrimination are less likely to identify as white.
You hear that, everyone? You hear that? Hold on. Is it this one? Hold on.
I guess now let's talk a bit more about your undercover work and your work with white supremacists. You were interviewed in the for Brennan, and I read that interview about your experience seeing white supremacist groups recruit non-white people, particularly. The focus was Latino white supremacists, because right now, you know, Enrique Tarrio of the Proud Boys was a Cuban American. Nick Fuentes is an open Nazi. Even the neo-Nazi open of the Proud Boys was a Cuban American. Nick Fuentes is an open Nazi. Even the neo-Nazi shooter in Texas was of Hispanic descent, and I think that a lot of people feel that that's an incompatible perspective, but
right, inconsistency.
Right, but in fact, it's clearly a concerted effort by the groups in order to launder their agenda. Can you talk a bit about that?
Sure, and I think it's really important to recognize, as they do, that race is a social construct, and who is considered white can vary over time. And particularly with Hispanics, a lot of the white supremacist ideology suggests that it's an ancestry in Western Europe that makes you white. And so many Hispanics have ancestral connections back to Spain. So if somebody had a Spanish surname, they could just say, "Oh, I'm not Latin American.
Right.
I'm my ancestry traces back to Spain, which is in Europe, which makes me white. And there really wasn't a lot of investigation. If somebody claimed that, okay, you're in. And obviously, as white supremacy and far right militancy merge, there are far right governments all over the world, and there are ethno-nationalist groups all over the world that have different races and are focusing on a different ethnicity that are like-minded with white supremacists, so tend to work in concert with them. But and also human nature is just odd. Sometimes people identify with a group that outwardly hates them, and because race is a social construct.
You hear that? Listen to this.
But and also human nature is just odd. Sometimes people identify with a group that outwardly hates them, and because race is a social construct, sometimes it's just trying to associate with power. So if white people are the group in power in a particular country, and I'm not white, I might want to assist them just for the short-term protection that gives me, hoping that things will change before the race war starts that they're trying to start. So there have always been people with Jewish backgrounds, people with multiracial backgrounds who've been part of these movements.
Yeah, and I think people think of like, the Chappelle skit of Clayton Bigsby, right, of the black white supremacist, but it really is obviously more complex than that. Would you say it's this desire to be close to a sense of power that draws from their end people into it? I mean, based on your undercover work, what did you see was really the hook for non-white people to be associated with something like this?
Well, really the hook for all of them, for the groups that I was infiltrating, the part of the white supremacist movement that was openly.
You can't be, I'm going to say this, Shabaka, I'm going to answer your question. You can't be a victim by victimizing somebody else. You cannot be a victim while you were when you was victimizing somebody else. Shabaka, them Africans already had slaves. They sold their slaves to white supremacists. They're disqualified for being a fucking victim. I personally don't think they should even get reparation. Whatever is happening to their country, that's God's work. That's what God's doing to them. God's paying them back for him selling their people, selling God's people. I personally believe it. We are victims. You're not a victim. You were part of the slave trade. Those people that you were defending, them African people, they were a part of the slave trade. They're the ones who sold the people. You think them white supremacists came in Africa and just took them? No. Them niggas sold them. So Africa's not a victim. I would never say Africa's a victim.
Participating in criminality and violence, a lot of them were just criminals.
Right.
And, there aren't too many. If you try to join some local social club and tell them about your love of bomb making, you're probably not going to be very popular. But if you find this group, you'll be very popular, and they'll let help you expand your interest in bomb making. So there were a lot of people who really weren't that interested in reading Mein Kampf, but were interested in committing violence. And that's what attracted them to the movement. So like any other group, you wouldn't expect some 19 or 20-year-old Marine to understand the geopolitics of whatever invasion or police action that they're involved in. They're more mission-oriented. And if when one of my cases, tracing who were engaging in illegal weapons trafficking, they took me to Asian arms dealers, and they wouldn't say, "Oh, well, that violates my ideological goals to actively engage with other racial groups." That's not how it works. They have guns. We want guns. We're going to get them.
Right. I mean, and how does this recruitment effort fit into broader, like, the branding of these groups? Because I mean, what's the group that advertised itself as a drinking club? Is it? It's not the is it the Proud Boys?
Oh, right, the Proud Boys.
It's the Proud Boys. Yeah.
Right, and a lot of groups, particularly the far right militias, try to have a more palatable public.
Sold guns to the civilized natives, the civilized Indians. He didn't sell guns to everybody, Shabaka. Stop lying. This is the problem I have with you, Shabaka. You lie about Black America, then Black Americans, and you'll lie about Black Americans and what Africans have done. Africans sold other Africans to America. To America, to the British, to the Dutch, to the Portuguese and the Spaniards and the French. The Africans did that. And this is why their country is being colonized now. This is why. It was their own doing. We're not going to make this old sad old fucking tale talking about, oh, well, they didn't have a choice. They had to give up the Africans. No, nigga, they sold them Africans. And they got something from it.
Positioning. So they'll claim not to be white supremacists, and the Proud Boys were very much practiced in that and called themselves instead Western chauvinists, which is kind of just a semantic trick, right? They're talking about the supremacy of Western Europe, which is white. Obviously they could point to individual members who might not fit the public perception of who is white, but their activity was hand in glove with other white supremacist groups when they were committing crimes. So it was a distinction without a difference. And there have always been groups like that. And, particularly as the far right movement has received more public attention and is trying to expand its reach, one of the popular T-shirts is Pinochet did nothing wrong, embracing South American fascism and ethno-nationalism that helps them find partners in their efforts to move their agenda forward.
I mean, and it fits very nicely, unfortunately, with the global fascism effort that we're seeing, whether it be Bolsonaro in Brazil, whether it be Erdogan in Turkey, whether it be what's the guy of Hungary? Orban in Hungary. There is a message discipline, but with those governments, and you'll hear the same. You heard the same stuff that Trump was saying coming out of Bolsonaro's mouth, essentially, and Tucker Carlson's going to Hungary to do these interviews, and the internationalism is also a part of, I would imagine, the strategy of this.
Exactly, and always has been, right? If you go back to the original Nazis, and it always frustrates me when you hear FBI management talk about white supremacy as domestic violent extremism because it's a domestic ideology. We didn't invent Nazis.
Yeah.
Right? It's always been an international ideology and international in action as well. And, the original Nazi Germany was allied with the Axis power, which included Japan, and had positive relationships with some Arab countries. So it's a misinterpretation of both history and their ideology that would make somebody believe that this is a problem that is domestic in nature. It only occurs in the United States. I mean, it's fascinating when I mentioned the base cases. One of the individuals arrested was a Canadian military deserter who had come across the border to participate in the plot, and an FBI official identified him as an example of international domestic terrorism.
Let me ask y'all a question. Do you think this is a global problem, or do you think this is just a do you think this is a global problem, or do you just think this is like a third world country problem? And if you just came on this show, the problem that we're talking about is Latinos the new token for white supremacists? This is the question. This is how they pick up the identity of, how to explain it. They pick up the identity of their oppressors. So they can feel like, so they don't get picked on or people don't fuck with them, and I get it. Niggas be fucking with people, but like, come on. FBA is fake. Who's that? What's going on, Naomi Sue? Are you Japanese or Chinese? Just a question. Are you Japanese or Chinese? And are you going to answer my question? Pay attention, everybody. I don't think Naomi's going to say anything. Yeah. Are you Chinese? Naomi's not gonna answer. You sound like you's a mix. You sound like you're an African and Asian. That's what you sound like. Not Black American, but African and Asian. And I will say this. I know that you're not I know you're not Black Americans because your parents would never let you talk like that. Especially not about their culture. Yeah, man, have them fix their country, man. I think that'll be perfect. If they ain't got no kids by no Black Americans or no American, they don't need to be here. And I'm not even trying to be hateful. I'm just trying to say, like, yo, you gotta fix your shit up, man. You got a job to do right now. Your job is to fix your country. Your job is to be the best as what it's supposed to be. But, hey, Naomi Sue, I know you're scared to jump online. It's cool. Don't worry about it. I feel you, dear. But this is the things that this is what the type of shit you're going to be going through fucking around with us. There were no facts. I believe that, Ray.
Right.
Kind of shows how a very confused lexicon.
Yeah, it should be contradictory, but it's just like, I mean, what? Lastly, here, you talked about in your interview how this effort to brand themselves and have non-white people in their ranks. This is a part of their, I think, public-facing brand, but also a way for them to skirt under some classifications made by federal law enforcement when it comes to domestic terrorism and white supremacist violence. Can you flesh that out a little bit for our listeners?
Sure. And just quickly, as the Latino population of the United States grows, the distribution of power will change, and who will be considered white will expand. And of course, there are already many ethnicity or Hispanic is an ethnicity, not a race, and there are white Hispanics and black Hispanics and Asian Hispanics. But who the movement considers white will expand as well to incorporate them, because they need numbers and they need supporters. So they will recruit in communities that are achieving more equity in the society. Because I think the law enforcement agencies still misunderstand how the ideology works in practice with the white supremacists, the violent white supremacists and far-right militants. It's easy for them to mistake what is happening and overlook somebody because they don't fit their idea of what these groups do rather than the reality of what they do.
Mike German, fellow with the Brenner Center for Justice's Liberty and National Security Program.
Shout out to Mike German. This was like 2 years old. This is a 2 years old video. And they were warning us years ago. Now, you know what? I played that video now. It felt like that shit is happening now. That's all I'm saying. It sounds like it's happening now. So definitely pay attention, man. Pay attention to y'all surroundings and stuff like that. But we're about to go to Shabaka's boy, King Flex himself.
Y'all do look alike a little bit, low-key. I got for Giovanni, right?
No, I said I was Puerto Rican. I never said I was Colombian. That was a different person.
Okay, is it another Giovanni? It must be.
Yeah, that wasn't me.
Okay. I got you mistaken for another Giovanni. I hate to say, but some of y'all do look alike a little bit, low-key. Not all of you. I hate to be stereotyping people, but yeah, you kind of look like the other Giovanni. But you're Puerto Rican. You're in New York?
No, I'm in Los Angeles.
Okay, so what's on your mind, man?
I heard you were talking about the a couple days ago about the Black and Brown Coalition.
Yeah.
I feel like it benefits both parties, to be honest.
How so?
Because we're both like struggle together, I guess.
When did we struggle together?
During the slave trade.
And what slave trade did we struggle together in? Because it was black people in the slave trade.
Aren't Hispanics black?
No, no. Y'all make sure to let folks know you're not black. Y'all hide that black abuela, and then you come over here and classify yourself as white. In Puerto Rico, I like 70 or 80% of the people class.
So we have seen the video for years ago. They said they came over here and they increased. A lot of Latinos increased themselves in changing their identity into white. So we know this is true and this is not a lie. So they can't use that no more.
Classify themselves as white. And LULAC, which is one of the biggest Latin American civil rights organizations, they brag on their website that they got the census to change their classification to white in the 1930s. They pride themselves on being classified as white. So where's this equal struggle that we had?
I said during the 80s and 90s, during the Rodney King riots, there was a lot of Hispanics with the blacks during the protests that were going on.
There were a lot of Hispanics out there getting stuff because of the riots. They were out there, they saw that we were out there turning up, and they were like, hey, I can get some free furniture. So that's what we saw. But before then, we had to stand on business on our own. While we were out there putting in some work, y'all were out there getting some VCRs and TVs. So I don't know.
Come on, Tyreek, that's a lie, you know.
Shit. Y'all were kind of getting your comeuppance off of while the people were distracted of us fighting them. You're like, hey, get that sofa, Hector. So it was that kind of vibe.
So how do we build bridges again, I guess?
What you need to do, since you're in LA, let's start with LA. Talk to them city council members in those political arena who was sitting up talking greasy about Black LA and talking about diverting resources from us.
Oh yeah, that was Kevin De Leon. He got voted out. I don't know if you know that. He got voted out.
It wasn't just him. It was a bunch of people in the room with him. It wasn't just him in that room by himself, all right? There was other people in that room agreeing. And we see that a lot of the resources that's supposed to go to so-called minorities, we don't get it. We got the Hidden History Museum down in LA. We
What's
don't
going
get a
on, Lost
dime from
Account?
the
Oh,
federal
how's
or
this
state
Africa?
budget at all.
How's
Those
Africa in the
minority
same
funds go to all of these other groups.
I'm not getting what you
And they
mean.
sit up
Like, I
here
probably
and
have
make
to
sure we
reread
don't get nothing.
your
So
joint.
yeah, we can build a bridge by y'all diverting some of them resources over here. That's how we can.
A lot of Hispanics patronize black businesses. What are you talking about?
Yeah, they do. Some of them go to Roscoe's. They do. They go to the rap concerts. That's cool. But I'm talking about some of those federal funds that's earmarked for community programs like what we have going on and others. That's how we can build that gap. You know, let's get some of those resources over here to the black side of the board. Yeah.
I think you got to talk to Gavin Newsom. We can't do nothing about
Oh
that.
shit. Yeah, them city council members and all of the people in the political arenas, a lot of them are Hispanic, and they be sitting up here co-signing the diversion of resources towards them. And also a lot of them, Hispanics, were against the reparations. We're talking about reparations. It
Give
was
me a second, everybody. See, I'm gonna say this, everybody. I told y'all about Chinese people. Look at Ping right there up here calling people monkeys and shit again. Oh, here we start again. I can never be. Ray, I'm gonna say you this. You can never surprise me. You can never surprise me, and the reason why is because I know what type of person you are, Ray. You'll be the first person to say stop Asian hate for calling somebody a monkey or a nigger. Then you're gonna talk about, oh yeah, we're pimps. It's like, nigga, y'all used to y'all don't understand. Y'all used to, still to this day, y'all still human traffic women over to America. Are we gonna lie and not say that? Like, this is the truth. This is what y'all do.
some of your fellow Hispanics who are openly talking against that. Even on the street level, when you talk about prisons and all of that, some of the Hispanic gangs, they're clicked in with the damn Aryan Nation and those guys. So come on now, we got to be real here.
That's not true.
Oh, really?
The Mexicans in a jail are with the blacks against I guess the white prisoners.
Sir,
huh?
You lying or you don't know what you're talking about, sir?
No, I know this. I know
No,
this.
you don't. You don't know this, sir. If you say that, you don't know what you're talking about, sir. The Hispanic gangs in Los Angeles, they're not with the blacks out here. In the jails, they're not.
I'm talking about in the streets, not in the jail.
Even on the streets, they're cordial, but they ain't really running together like that. And they ain't warring. There's no black and Mexican war on the streets. But they ain't really kicking it like that. Not
in Los Angeles. Come on, Tyreek. Come on, in Los Angeles.
Yeah, in Los Angeles, it's not really like that in large numbers like that. We're cool. I mean, some of my best friends were Hispanic, me personally, but that's not normal. You know, and dudes out here, get sexual access to, shit like that.
Yeah, Latinos are the best ones out here. What you mean?
Oh.
You know.
You think they're better than these fine FBA women in LA?
Shit, Ruby Rose is fine.
He was right, Ray.
Ain't she like Ethiopian or something?
Nah, she's FBA.
No, I think Ruby Rose is, I want to say she's Eritrean or East African or something. But we got some fine FBA sisters out here in LA now.
Really?
Not the Latinas, but come on. These FBA women are killing the game out here in LA. We got some baddies out here. Huh?
Really?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Wow, okay.
Yes, indeed. And you're Puerto Rican. How'd you get out to LA? What you doing in LA?
Oh, I was born here.
How'd your parents get out to LA from Puerto Rico? Usually they go to New York.
I don't know. They just moved out here. So, Puerto Rico's a territory, so.
I know. Oh, yeah, I know.
So they just moved out here.
There it is. All right. Yeah. Oh, let me get my brother C Killer in here real quick while I got you on. C Killer, what's up, brother?
What's going on, Tariq?
What's up, C Killer? How you doing, brother?
I'm all right, man. Just listening to these damn lies, man. Los Angeles, Latinos and blacks, we don't run together, man. That shit is not true. And we ain't really got many Puerto Ricans out here. This dude might be Mexican and just lying saying he Puerto Rican, but
Right.
you
No, I
know,
am Puerto Rican though.
well, it is what it is, bro. But where'd you get the impression that blacks and Latinos run together in prison
Right.
and things like that out here in Los Angeles?
Where'd you get that bullshit from?
No, I said the streets, not the prison. I got confused for a second.
So in the streets, I mean, like, where do you see that? That's not.
You know, in the Kendrick Lamar's new album, he had Lefty Gunplay and he had Peso.
Yeah. So do you think Lefty Gunplay is actually Kendrick Lamar's friend, or is that just a business play?
I don't know. You tell me.
Yeah, because they're not friends. I mean, it's just that's just music, bro.
And have you heard
And
the stuff Lefty Gunplay has said about black people?
Yeah, he was in an interview and he said he don't want his daughter to date black people. Or something.
Right. So is that a coalition that we need to be a part of?
Well, he's half white, so.
Yeah.
No. That's all Latinos in Los Angeles. That sentiment comes from La Raza. That's y'all thing, man. And y'all do in jails because you started off by saying in prison, and now you're changing it to the streets. But in prison, Latinos say La Raza is aligned with the Aryan Nation at all times against blacks.
No, the La
At all
Raza thing,
times.
that's a Mexican term. That's
No,
not
what I'm
a Puerto
telling you,
Rican term.
what I'm telling you, the truth is, all Latinos in Los Angeles County Jail and also in any California correctional penitentiary are all against black people. That's what I'm telling you. Like they all go with white people because they consider themselves white.
I mean, I guess Latinos are like half Spanish, so.
Half, majority Spanish. Majority Spanish, but yeah, I don't know what these lies are.
You talk a lot about rats and stuff. I'm gonna ask you a question. Ping One, does your family still breed rats for the ribs, for the spare ribs? Watch this guy, everybody. Pay attention. He's part of the CCP. Ping One, does your family still breed rats? Remember we talked about this and we found out your family used to breed rats. This is how you got to Canada? So do your family still has a rat breeding farm? Divide and conquer. Pig One, it's a yes or no question. Do your family still have a rat breeding farm? My apology. A rat breeding farm. Does your family still have that? Pay attention, everybody. Watch this. That motherfucker don't like us.
Coming from, man.
Yes.
What part of LA are you in, by the way?
Oh shit.
Marina Del Rey.
Yeah, so you don't have any,
also
foundational black
about
Americans
this?
around you.
Since you want to call me a rat, is your mother and father still part of the human trafficking? Does your mother and father still human traffics women from China? I'm just asking a question. There's no need to get mean and be disrespectful, Ping One. Is your mother and father still human trafficking women from China? Working in the brothels?
No.
There it is. My man. Thank you, T Killer, man. I appreciate you. Yeah. All right. Giovanni, thank you so much, man. I appreciate you.
All right.
Oh, yeah. See, we got to straighten these lies out. Don't let them. You're not about to lie about the politics of the streets in L.A. That's what you ain't going to do. Dude, they're trying to change it up, dude. You're not going to, No, boy, do you know who you're talking to? Dude, I've been running these LA streets for over 40 damn years. You understand? I know all the nooks and crannies and the politics of it.
Shabaka, stop
Dude, I
being a
done
hater
been
and
up in
stop
the
calling.
jails, dude.
Stop.
I done seen this
Yo,
shit. I
stop
ain't telling you
pocket
what I
watching,
heard.
Shabaka. What the fuck is
I done
wrong
been
with
up in the jails, dude. Them jails are segregated. The essays on one side, the blacks on the other. This was in the 80s and 90s.
you? Shabaka. Yo, big one. It's like your mother and father still human trafficking, huh, Ping One? This is how you get niggas. See that? Ping One's about to crash out on niggas right now. So everybody pay attention. I ain't got to say anything for the next 10 minutes. Watch, he's going to crash out.
I ain't been in there for a minute, but I'm talking about in the 80s and 90s, you go in them dorms, everybody had to group off on race. You go in the damn dorm, and it's sectioned off by race. The essays go on one side, the blacks go on another side. Yeah. But I digress. Uptown, hop on.
Yeah, I just want to say this last gentleman, I thought he was being disingenuous about his ancestry, because if you look at his phenotype looked like a person that's of, like Central American, maybe Mexican descent. And also, I would like to answer to the earlier prompt about Chloe Bailey and Burna Boy.
Are you the Puerto Rican Dominican dude who always calls up?
Rodrigo.
Nah. FBA, all my family's from South Carolina.
Nigga, no, this is the deceptive, because that's not a South Carolina accent.
No. I'm from New York.
That's
my family's from New
Rodrigo.
York, but South Carolina, via South Carolina.
What part?
Darlington and Somerton. Darlington is not too far from Florence, South Carolina.
Well, what's the
famous?
What's the food down there they got?
Soul food, regular soul food.
What kind?
Collard greens, neck bones, shit. Everything. Ham hock.
Oh no, they got distinct dishes down there in that area.
Geechee food.
Like the mustard based macaroni and cheese. We have mustard based barbecue.
That's Rodrigo.
I'm not at work right now, but I don't really want to go in. I'm not that. I guarantee you, I'm not that.
That's Rodrigo.
All right, so go ahead about the Chloe Bailey thing. Go ahead, Chloe Bailey thing.
Yeah, a while back, Chloe Bailey, she debuted a song, an Afrobeat sounding song on her Instagram page, because her label was stopping her from releasing music. And I just think that this Burna Boy play has something to do with that, like as if she's going to put him on a remix or something like that. So yeah, that's all I want to say about that. I think it's a publicity.
Oh yeah. That's right, my man. Thank you so much, brother. He's good, but he sounds like that other dude who calls up.
That's Rodrigo.
Because the other dude calls up from New York all the time under different accounts. So yeah, this guy's actually good. He actually checks out, but he's he kind of low-key sounds like that other dude. That other dude, y'all know who I'm talking about. This guy who calls up and pretends to be FBA all the time.
Everybody pay attention.
But he's like Dominican. Okay, let's get MJ the Great in the building. MJ the Great. MJ in the building. Shout out to everybody in here. We in here deep. MJ, what's up, brother?
Come on.
MJ, go ahead. MJ, come on, brother. All right, while we're waiting on...
What's going on? Tariq, my nigga, the Sambo killer.
Yes, indeed. What's going on with your play?
Shit, not much. Man, you be tired. I gotta tap in. Like, good thing I ain't gotta work tomorrow. Nah, shit, I do. Damn, I ain't had to work today.
What city you in?
So, I'm in San Antonio right now.
Oh, cool.
But I had something I had to say last time, but I got my shit started. Or you either landed my plane, whichever. Or I got a parachute though. I'm spinning back. So here it go. The thing about LA, what's going on in LA? Because from outside looking in, look like a bunch of soft shit. Because you have said this before. I'm not sure if it's the coochie, if niggas is getting under some Latina coochie and can't stand on their feet when it comes to the essays down there. But something got to be said and something got to be done. Ain't no way a nigga make a song called Whacked Out Murals after the Mexicans whacked out your mural. You putting Mexicans on the song. That is insane to me. Come on, my nigga. I'm tired of harboring niggas too. I ain't want to say nothing. And then with the essays coming up here with all the bullshit, I ain't want to air no laundry. But come on, my nigga. I'm tired of... I'm not doing this no more. Because it's counterproductive. He ain't helped no niggas. the Tams Burgers. I thought that sounded like a nigga name. I'm from Texas. Sound like a nigga name. Man, that's a whole Mexican spot. The other place that got blown up was like a Chinese or a Mexican spot. Where's the nigga love, man? Because all it seems is some gangbangers coming around.
It's heavy. It's heavy out here, man. Yeah, LA is the politics. And a lot of people in the music industry, they kind of have to pander. I think they feel like they have to pander to the Hispanic crowd because that's a big audience for them. When they go to concerts and out here on the West, the people who's buying the records are Hispanic. And the program directors at all the radio stations out here, they're Hispanic. Yeah. So they feel like they got to do a lot of catering and pandering. So that's what a lot of that is about. All right, let's see. Who is this? We got a lot of people. Let's get Frank Talk in here. Let's get Frank, and then we'll get Rockavelli. Let's get Frank, and then we'll
Shabaka. Burna Boy's not popping in Boston. I mean, he's not popping in the United States, my man. I gotta be personally honest. There is a lot of Africans in America, but not that much, my nigga. There's probably like at least less than 4 million Africans. Niggas ain't like, oh, yo, I want to go to that Burna Boy concert. Nah, nigga. That's mostly for like immigrants and shit like that, you know? So I'm going to say that. And yeah, keep on hating, Shabaka, man. Keep pocket watching. That's you, my nigga. That's your bread and butter, my nigga. And like, you can't get mad at Ray Ray and Ray Ray can't be racist. Ray Ray's black. He could be like me, prejudiced, prejudge people. Like I think Ping Ones and his family human traffics Asian women. I think Ping One's favorite food, and he says it's a delicacy, is rat soup. That's prejudice because I'm prejudging Ping One.
get Rock. Frank, what's up, Frank? Mr. Frank?
Talking about me?
Okay, well, we got what? Hold on. Well, we.
Nah, this one's getting a little bit slow. We're looking for the best in this. I think we'll do this last one right here. We're gonna have a light show today.
Let me get some people in here. Yay,
big show
hop
tomorrow.
On in, Yay. Mr. Yay or Mrs. Yay?
Hi, I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
Why do Black Americans commit so many crimes in America, and immigrants do so much better when they come to America?
Okay. An interesting question now, ma'am, Miss Ye. Now, where are you from originally, dear?
I'm from Venezuela.
Really? Did a Venezuelan really ask why we commit so many crimes? Really, ma'am?
White supremacists, I tell you.
Did you really ask that? No, really? Are you trolling? Yay. Trolling, aren't you? I know a Venezuelan in one of the most crime-ridden countries in the Western Hemisphere. Didn't bring your ass up here talking about why we commit crime. Y'all got Venezuelan gangs up here now that they have to deport because of all the damn crime. Did you really fix your mouth to say that, dear? I don't have you muted, ma'am. Hop on. Huh? Are you in there talking to somebody? You got a white man in there giving you talking points?
Yes, based of respect.
Yeah, you got a white man. Are you laying up with a white man in there?
Yes, why Black Americans commit crimes?
We don't. There's no black crime. We don't have nothing. There's no such thing as black crime. But you have Venezuelan crime. You have organized Venezuelan crime. That's highly organized. It spills over here. So why do you have so much crime where it goes international, man? We don't have black American gangs down there committing crimes, but y'all got them all up here. Why is that? I don't have you muted.
Hey, Ray Ray, You know, I have said that. I said that years ago, and and shout out to Charlie Shaw. I think it was Charlie Shaw. She had to defend me. I said I really haven't. Because I was in my live chat and I said the same thing. I said I have never met an African. I really never met an African that had good intentions. So they were roasting me in the comments. And Charlie Shaw's like, no, he didn't mean it that way. He means it like, yo, they never, Charlie Shaw has explained it to me. Shout out to Charlie Shaw. So, and also everybody, don't forget to like and subscribe and comment in the live chat. Definitely share. Yeah, share, and also, if you want to donate, I will leave it in the live chat right now where you can click the link or highlight the link, and y'all can get busy with the live chat. And don't forget to hit the like button multiple times. So yeah, definitely do that. What else? Yeah, that's it. I said everything.
Why do immigrants do better?
Better how?
Why do immigrants do better?
Do better how? You haven't explained how you're doing better. How are you doing better? You haven't explained how. Doing better at crime? Well, you have a lot of criminals. You do better in crime. Is that what you mean?
They are more educated.
Ma'am, you can barely talk now. How are you more educated?
We are more educated.
Ma'am, you're not more educated. You fled from your homeland. Then you from the most violent countries in the damn world. What kind of education is that?
Excellent podcast.
Y'all got
Thanks.
One of the top homicide rates in the world. It's like a war zone. Yeah, somebody, white boys in there giving you some talking points. Yeah? Come on now. Y'all got some of the biggest criminal. What? El Tren de Agua? Come on, man. Y'all.
Black people are very violent.
We're who? Put the white boy on the phone, ma'am. Don't. He's giving you talking points. Put the white boy on the phone. Okay.
Black people are very violent.
Just saying stuff. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You can't even use your own talking points. You got some white supremacists in there giving you talking points. A Venezuelan talking about crime? Good Lord, even the Venezuelan migrants up here, they come up here and everywhere they go, it becomes a hot spot for violence. Come on, the hell out of here. Duvel, what's up, Duvel?
Yeah, sorry about that. If you called on me, I was on the other line with the emergency room, which I'm about to head there now. But I wanted to tell you that I was waiting for you all day with this announcement about the citizen birthright thing because I was excited when I heard about it earlier. And I'm just glad that it's happening because I'm ready for these people to get up out of here.
Everything all right while y'all going to the emergency room?
I got back pain again going to my abdominal area. They said when I went to the emergency room yesterday that I had inflamed inflammation that caused my back and abdominal area to cause me the pain. So I had morphine they gave to me, and they're supposed to prescribe me some medication, some pain medication that came out, but they didn't do it, and the pain has come back, and I can't even sleep. I can't even lay down.
Okay, brother. Hope everything is going to be all right with you, man. Be safe, brother. Speaking of that, because I had to go to the emergency room yesterday, man. I got tendonitis in my damn ankle.
Damn.
What do y'all do for tendonitis, man? There's a tendon that's real sore in my ankle. And they gave me some shots and all that, but that shit wore off. What do y'all take for tendonitis? Y'all give me some home remedies. Y'all let me know. What's good for tendonitis? You got a sore tendon in my ankle. What's good for that? Y'all let me know what's good for that. Let's get Keisha. What's up, Keisha? Miss Keisha, you want to hop on? Waiting on Keisha. I'm gonna give Keisha about 5 seconds, and then I will get Val. Keisha ain't saying nothing. I think Keisha's trying to promote her OnlyFans. Val, what's up, Val? Miss Val, are you in here? Okay, let's see what Val is. Val, I'm gonna give you about 5 seconds, and then I'm gonna get you out of here.
Everybody, we got 3. Yo.
All right, Val, I heard you.
Everybody, we up to 380 subscribers. We just hit the 380 mark. We're almost there to be monetized. So salute to y'all. Thank y'all. I appreciate it. But again, we up to 380 right now. Again, thank you. Thank you who just subscribed.
Saying something. You're trying to say something. What's going on, Val? Okay, let me get Cyber Regina up in here. Cyber Regina, what's going on, dear? Cyber Regina, what is going on?
Good morning. It was a great day yesterday.
Oh, yes, indeed. All day.
And I want to give a shout out. We're not talking about this, but we need to give a shout out to Justice Thomas, who came through for us, because he's FBA, and I actually went to the same college he went to. So I've known him since I was 17, and he fought for
Facts, Ray.
Black students to come to Holy Cross, because he said they were bringing in students who they knew were going to fail, right? He said, if you recruit the same students that the other schools are looking for, like Harvard and everything, I promise you, they can succeed. And so he sponsored my class, and it was 40 of us, 42. We came in with 42. We left with 39. Every single one of us are millionaires.
Wow. Oh, that's beautiful.
So, the things they say about him is not really true. He does a lot behind the scenes. If you go to his office, his entire office is FBA. Every office. And if it wasn't for him, FBA wouldn't even be able to get those clerk jobs, because he's the only one that's hiring them to come in as clerks. And that's a thing that propels you to become a future judge or get a good job in these firms and things like that. So he came through for us yesterday.
That's a beautiful.
Yep, is what I looked at.
Yes, indeed. All right.
I want everybody to go look at their genealogy. You know what I realized? My grandfather was the first baby, that we're talking about, baby of slaves. He was the first free person. It's not that far. Go look at your things, because 1865 and the date of that 14th Amendment, he was born in 1881. His parents were born in 1856. His grandparents were born in 1825. They walked from Virginia, Fredericksburg, up to Washington, D.C., Georgetown. And my grandfather was the first free person. So to say that we're not doing well, 1, 2, 3 generations out of slavery, they can pack sand. But what I want to tell everybody here is, 1, continue to research your family, and 2, hit the deck running. And guys, this is for the men. Stop marrying these foreigners, because they're going to be looking after you guys. They're going to be running after you guys really hard. You thought they were running after you before?
Oh, yeah.
Because they specifically said the father has to be a citizen.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Thank you so much, Cyber Regina. Thank you, beloved. Let me get Benny in here. Mr. Benny.
Yeah, man.
How you doing, Rick?
I'm good, Benny. How are you, sir?
I'm good, brother. How about yourself?
I am good. What's going on with you, Benny?
Can I call you Rick instead of Tariq?
Tariq is fine. Tariq is fine.
Can I tell you why?
Why is that?
The fuck is wrong with this?
Tariq means history in my language.
Okay.
And I'm not sure if you represent history.
Really? What do I represent?
I don't mean to offend you, Tariq, or Rick.
I'm so not offended at all.
I got that. The only reason why I'm saying these things is because you're a very smart man.
Mm-hmm.
You know history. And your name being Tariq means history in my language. It resonates a lot.
No, this nigga's lying.
But at the same time, even with this birthright, like let's just stick to this point: birthright citizenship.
Now, what? No, no. Let's hold before we go on that. What issue do you have?
What you doing?
I said that was incorrect.
Not personal issues. I understand what you're doing. I accept it. I respect it. Do you think?
Or what have I said incorrect though? If you haven't,
Nothing incorrect.
all right.
Nothing
Then
incorrect.
what do you have an issue with? Tell me. Don't.
I don't have an issue with this birthright citizenship, right? So I'm an Ethiopian immigrant.
Oh shit.
My son is born here. All right.
Okay.
And my son, I went through legal process to get my citizenship. I obtained my citizenship before my son was born. So birthright citizenship would not affect my son.
Okay.
Because I was already legal, right?
Your point is, what's your point? Come on, let's get to the point.
Okay, the point is, if somebody's went through the legal process and obtained their citizenship, that birthright, if they had a child, that this ruling would not affect them at all.
Okay, and?
I became an American through a rigorous progress.
What?
Like I went through a process, right? Like, let me finish.
Hold on, you got to go to get to your point. You're giving me a whole biography of yourself. What's the point? What's your point? Let's drive the point home.
My point is that I don't agree with people coming here and taking advantage of the birthright citizenship policy.
Okay.
I don't.
And we don't either. So
I worked in hotels, and I've met so many people that just come here to give birth.
Oh, Sheikh Duke Jackson is in Africa. Why aren't you in Africa, Shabaka?
And have their child become a citizen.
Okay, but I'm trying to...
Even though they're not legal, even though they're not American, even though they have not...
Okay. I can't let you just dip and dive and just go all over the place. I need to understand what your angle is, because you came in a little hostile towards me, somewhat critical.
I'm going to say this. See, we're hearing everybody talk, and I'm going to say this. The Africans and the Latinos, and you know what? I'm going to land here. And say this. I think the Latinos and the Africans are the tokens for white supremacy. The reason why I do say that is because... Give me a second. I'm saying that because who's that? ICE attack blacks too. No, they don't, Shabak. No, they don't, Penguin. They only attack black immigrants, not black people. This is why you're a liar and you're in Canada. You know? You can't be lying like that. FBAs are American and will comply. We look to your departure. Yeah, me too, Ray. But I'm gonna say this. Like I understand. I'm gonna be personally. I understand why Latinos is trying to be the tokens for white supremacy. The reason is because the Latinos have been trying to have the title of whiteness for a very long time. I think they've been wanting to be white ever since they were civilized Indians. Supposedly civilized Indians. That's the reason why I talk about civilized Indians today, because at the end of the day, they played a big part of selling out the real natives. You know? They were a part of the reclassification, if you really want to think about it. That's where I said I have a problem with Latinos at, because the Latinos had a chance to become, have a coalition with Black Americans. But no, they made their own groups. No, they made their own situations while Black Americans shared all their resources. I'm talking about from resources in America to resources, civil rights as well. So this is where they failed us at. But right now, I know they're having a hard time because Black Americans aren't helping, and Black Americans would have this shit would have been stopped if it wasn't for Black Americans. And as I've been saying, Black Americans is very universal, and they're very universal, and they are very arrogant house slaves. Ping one, I will tell you this: you are in Canada. You might need to be careful calling people house slaves in Canada because people will move on you. You know, I know you're 120 pounds, 5'2", but I don't mind you calling me a house slave. I just want you to be careful in them Canadian streets. You know, because you're not the biggest guys, and the triads aren't that big in Canada. You know, so definitely be careful. And be careful with ICE too, because they're looking for your ass. You know, I have called ICE on you from America. I was like, there's a 5'2", 120-pound man named Ping One that's out here with his family, human trafficking young Asian women, so and some Africans. So yeah, they are looking for you, Ping One. So just know that you're going back home because of me. You could watch your show. You could watch You could watch this show from Shanghai, China. So, or even Hong Kong, nigga. So, picking bamboo sticks. So yeah. I'm sorry, Ping One. I'm sorry to be disrespectful, but yeah. acting like. Yeah, I know girls is on your mind because you're thinking about money, human trafficking them. How many? Let me ask you a question, Ping One. And watch this, everybody. How many massage parlors do you own, Ping One? Watch this, everybody. How many? That nigga's mad at me right now. I'm prejudging the shit out of this nigga. So, how many massage parlors you own? How many times you met fucking Robert Kraft? But yeah, yeah, they're trying to find a few whiteness. And the thing about it also too, like I said, it has to be a part of a self-hate that the Spaniards have done to these Latinos. You know, they don't even know who they are. Like you gotta understand, their black grandmas and their aunties was probably telling them, "Yo, fuck with only white guys. Don't fuck with the chocolate looking black men. Don't fuck with those black American men. Don't fuck with those Africans." He's like, fuck with the white men or a lighter skin of your kind. You know, so definitely this comes with the situations with the Latinos. They are the tokens. They all stay in your shitty little room, rat. This nigga. Big One. Let me ask you a question. How many times you told on niggas to get your citizenship in Canada? You know the laws that I'm talking about. How many times you told on niggas to get your citizenship? But yeah, I don't think, and I'm gonna say this, and I'm just being personally honest. I don't think there will ever be a real global black and brown coalition because you love your oppressors. Black Americans don't like their oppressors like that. We don't even fuck with them like that. You know, we might do business here and there with them, but loving our oppressors, no. Stuck in a teenager's mode. Okay, Penguin. I'll be stuck in the teenager mode. But yeah, it's just it's never gonna be no correlation, and that's the reason why you might have like a few fucking organizations that say, "Oh, yo, we watch each other's back and try to build this thing." It's not gonna happen. Um, and it's not that we don't fuck with y'all. It's just like, yo, we're better. We make more money by ourselves. We make more money by ourselves. We get more stuff done by ourselves. So you serve the oppressor. Oh, if I did have an oppressor, I'm not oppressed. I will tell you that I'll never be oppressed because I'll put my hands on somebody. So, um, yeah, it is. I don't do that. No. But yeah. There'll never be a coalition. And let me tell you something. I get it. I get I get what Mexicans is trying to do now, but it's just kind of too late. You didn't clean up your own home. If you would have cleaned up your own home, I think this would have been great. But you didn't try to clean up your own home and handle your business. So it's like I said, it's gonna be a very, very hard time. This is gonna be a hard way of y'all doing that. So, um, how come you had a? How come you still eating rat soup and you don't live in China anymore? How come you eating gorilla knuckles and you don't live in China no more? How come you still have brothels and you don't live in China no more? Isn't that illegal, Penguin? Oh my god. Never seen that before. But yeah, he has car keys. He has attempted to flee. But yeah, I don't see it happening, everyone. 3-year-old balding already. Oh, you love my baby picture, don't you? Yeah. Let me tell you something. What did I tell y'all last time about Penguin? I live in that nigga's mind rent free. That nigga cannot stop talking about me. He be happy. Yo, I'm telling you. This nigga's right now is laying on his couch looking like a baddie, nigga. Talk about, oh yo, Rosalin's online. I get to troll him. I get to say racist shit about him. Hey yo, Rogaine is for gray hair, right? Not growing hair. But I like my gray hair. I don't mind it. Got his plate. For you. Yeah. To his 95. I-95 North. Yo, Ping One. Hey, yo, Ping One. Guess what guess what I was doing yesterday? I was fornicating with your women yesterday. With your Asian women yesterday. I was stretching the coochie out and everything. Oh, yeah. And I even did 3 rounds yesterday. How about that? They wanted to give up, but they wanted more, Penguin. How does it feel that I fuck your women? And you can't do anything about it, Penguin. I'm just stretching out the coochie and everything. Just stretching it out. Don't that make you mad, Penguin? I'm just trolling for another like 5-10 minutes because I'm about to flex. I'm done with that part with the topic, but I'm a troll Penguin for like 10 minutes. Just a little 10 minutes, Penguin. How does it feel? You were now I'm fucking tripped. That's what your women on, Ping One. Ping One is mad. Ping One. I be fucking your women. It's all right. Just stretching out the coochie, And you know what? I know why I do that, Ping One. I do it out of despite of niggas like you, because you can't, you just get mad when a fine ass, chocolate man just be fucking all your women, and you can't do anything about it. Like I'm living in your, I'm living. Thanks, Adam B. Salute. I'm living in your mind rent free, fucking Ping One. You can't do anything about it. That's all you talk about all day is trans women. You should know about trans women because you do have brothels in Canada, right? Let me ask you a question, Penguin. How many times a month? How many times a week that you go to a brothel? Because we know you ain't getting pussy. So how many times you go to the brothel house in Canada since it's legal? Penguin's mad. Penguin, I be wearing out all your women. I just do, Penguin, Doesn't happen. He doesn't. Let me tell you what's gonna happen. Penguin's gonna end up getting a prostitute pregnant. That's what I think is gonna happen. So that's the Nigerian in you. Nigga, I ain't no fucking scammer. You nigga call me Nigerian. Nigga. I'm not no fucking Nigerian, nigga. You crazy? First I was this is how fucked up Shabaka is. He's all fucked up in the head. First I was Nigerian, now I'm Benin, now I'm back to Nigerian. Fuck was wrong with Shabaka, man? Shabaka, stop doing drugs, man. Yo, and I think they're stepping on your dope, Shabaka. So I think you need to stop. You need to go to rehab for a little bit. It's just, let me tell you why I got on. It's cold as fuck, man. I got to bring out the heaters and stuff. My heater's broken right now. So I'm freezing right now. But, of course, he would have capitalized the queen name. Penguin is a drag queen name, though. It is a transgender name. Penguin. My nigga sounds like Penguin got a trans name. Ping. And they go Ping over there. Penguin does got a trans name. Yo, that is a trans name, Penguin. Isn't that Ping? An Asian transgender named Ping. Oh shit. Yo, Ping, you're funny as fuck. Oh shit. Yeah, I think we just read this nigga out the live, bro. That's fucked up. Ping, we were just joking with you, my nigga. The LGBT communities are very supportive of their people. Yeah, facts. Hey, yo, y'all want to hear something funny? Yo, I think transgender people like watching my show because one of them niggas hit me up on X. They were like, yo, I would be offended of your show, but your show is very, very funny because of the people that you have on. The trans was like, yo, keep up the good work. We love watching your show. I still haven't had a LGBT. Well, Shabaka and no, Kwame is LGBT. Well, he's a down low nigga, but shout out to him. Shout out to Kwame and Delicious. So yeah, niggas is crazy. But Penguin, that is a drag name. That is a drag queen name. Ping, yeah. Oh my god, yo, Penguin is crazy. Oh, he's the original Beehive, yeah. He's no. Penguin is the original Barbie. He's one of the Barbs. Pig out here with lace fronts on and shit and high heels running around Toronto. That nigga crazy. Yo, Pig, what you be bugging, my nigga? How the fuck this nigga's running around with a lace front and high heels on in Toronto? That nigga crazy. But I'm gonna give my shout outs right now. I'm gonna give my shout outs, man. Shout out to Ray Ray, shout out to Ping One, shout out to Shabaka, shout out to FBA Convos, shout out to CNG 215, salute, shout out to Adam B. Salute Adam B. Shout out to Lost Account. Shout out to Bomb Legacy. Shout out to Randall Double Twice. Shout out to E Will. And shout out to Asian Girl 2005. Shout out to Fred is back. Who is Fred is back? I be forgetting who's. No, Dorsey. That's Dorsey. Shout out to Dorsey. Shout out to Let's Get It Double Low Foe. Thank y'all everybody for showing up. I'm sorry we have a short show today. I had to drop my kid off at his appointment, and I gotta go pick him up in another 15, 20 minutes. But again, thank you again for watching the show. Thank y'all. Hold on, is that? Shout out to Sean Melvin too. Salute. What does that mean? Man, now you gotta watch the show, man. Why are you late, Sean Melvin? That was the topic question of today. God damn, Sean. But hey, Sean Melvin, I hope you subscribe. Thank you for coming on late, but salute to you. But yeah, I gotta go pick up my kid in probably 15, 20 minutes. I want to clean up a little bit before he comes home and make some chicken, chicken. I might air fry the chicken or something, and like just have him have a good day. But salute again, everybody. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing, and thank y'all whoever gave some cash apps. I didn't have a chance to look at it yet, but if you did, salute to you. I'll read them off at the next one. What is it? I'm late. No, it's all right, Sean Melvin. Thank you for even coming on the show. I appreciate it though. But y'all have a great night. I'm gonna do the Chocolate Man definitely tomorrow. I'm gonna start looking at some questions, and I'm gonna have a new poll out. What's the next topic we should talk about? No, what's the next topic we should do for the 2-year anniversary of the Bronze Reaper podcast? That's gonna be the next topic, or should we do flashbacks? So definitely look out for that in the post. And I'm gonna have two. What should we do for the next show? No, what should we talk about on the Chocolate Man podcast or the Bronze Reaper podcast? And what's the next topic? What's the 2-year anniversary topic should be about? So salute to all of y'all. Thank you. I appreciate everything. I appreciate the Cash App, the Super Chats, the Venmo. I appreciate everything, everybody. And I appreciate y'all again for helping me build my channel. This was